How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, coming at you with another video. Hope you're all doing well. Been struggling to put out content lately. Been struggling. So today I want to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops for the PS3. Beautiful steelbook that I have here that I picked up a couple of months ago at Value Village. There goes the disc. So yeah, like I said, this is for the PS3 CIB. So a bit of backstory before we get into why I decided to play this now, all these years later. So I've never really been into the Call of Duty games. I never have been. But, watching a lot of videos on YouTube over the years, it's my understanding a lot of you guys out there enjoy the multiplayer aspect of Call of Duties, but a lot of you guys out there also enjoy the single player campaign that is offered in these games. Now, in more recent times, there has been some Call of Duty releases that have shipped without a single player campaign whatsoever, just strictly multiplayer, which I can completely understand. So a couple of years ago, a chap who we shall not mention gifted me Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War for the Xbox. And he was saying to me, he's like, oh dude, he's like, you gotta play this campaign. The graphics are amazing. It takes place in the 80s during the Cold War. What's not to like? The Ronald Reagan era. And I played this game, I put out a review, and I really enjoyed it. However, I was having a hard time putting the pieces together, like who's Alex Mason, like who are all these characters, like, because I had not played the other games, right? But all that being said, I really enjoyed Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. If you have not played it, it's a really good single player campaign. So I had always said, wouldn't it be cool if we were to get a Call of Duty that took place in Vietnam, because that's like my favorite period as far as the war is concerned. The Vietnam War has always fascinated me. And a lot of you guys have said to me, you're like, no, they don't need to do that because Call of Duty Black Ops basically takes place in Vietnam. And I'm like, does it? Does it really? So fast forward to recently, last couple of weeks, I finally put on Call of Duty Black Ops for the PS3. Now, you can get this game in a combo pack with Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for the Xbox One. Plays backwards compatible on your Xbox One or your Xbox Series console. That would probably be the version to have versus playing this on the PS3, because let me tell you, playing this game, I had an incredible time. I thought it was fantastic. We'll get into my final thoughts in a moment. But yeah, it's a bit janky. It's a bit janky on the PS3. I'm not going to lie. The frame rate struggles a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it didn't really take away from the fun factor. And so when I put out these reviews, I like to get them out as soon as possible, because if I don't, then I start to forget things, right? So it's been a week since I beat this game. So now I'm struggling right now. But Alex Mason is in the game. And also Ed Harris, one of my favorite actors, is in the game as well. Amazing. And so in the game, you're basically Alex Mason, and you're in this kind of like a hot light interrogation room, and whoever it is interrogating you, and they're trying to get information from you as to what happened in a certain time period in the 60s. Starts off in the early 60s and goes all the way up to 68, 69. And one of the first missions, okay, now this game came out, 2010? 2009, 2010. One of the first missions involves you hunting down Fidel Castro, and you break into his bedroom and he's having sex with this chick, and your buddy says, ready to make history? And you break the door down and you shoot him in the head. And I'm like, wow, did that just happen? That is wild. Like, because Fidel Castro was still alive when this game came out. He didn't die until 2016. He lived to be like 90 years old. But you soon discover that it wasn't him, it was a doppelganger. And I imagine they did that on purpose, because if they actually had you kill Fidel Castro, wow, that would have been extremely controversial. It was already controversial enough. And I think because of that gameplay element in the game, I think this game, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I think I read this game was not sold in Cuba. You could not buy it. So that was crazy. And then a few missions later, you're invited to the White House to meet JFK. And you go into this boardroom, and JFK's talking to you. And you have like a psychological break from reality. And as JFK is talking to you, it shows you thinking of picking up a gun and shooting JFK right in the head. I'm like, wow, this is insane. I don't think I've ever seen anything so controversial in a video game ever. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, that is absolutely insane that just happened. So now I understand why this game was so controversial. The campaign is fantastic because, like I said, you're in Vietnam at one point. I think you're in Banff in Canada. You're in all kinds of awesome war zones. It's fantastic. I really, really, really enjoyed it. The campaign's not that short. It took quite a while to beat. Also, there's some really good licensed music in it as well. Rolling Stones. Lots of great little odes to a lot of the classic movies like Apocalypse Now and Full Metal Jacket. I thought the campaign was fantastic. I thought it was better than Cold War. Black Ops, to me, now I understand why this game is high up on the pecking order as far as the best Call of Duty game of all time. It's crazy to think that it took me this long to play it. I'm playing this game in 2025 on a PS3, and all you guys are like, oh yeah, I played that way back in the day, and I beat it, and I haven't played it since. Yeah, it was just awesome. Great campaign. And also as well, a lot of times when you're in like a pivotal moment of a mission, the whole scene will just slow right down, and it makes it extremely cinematic. As you're shooting, it slows right down. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I would give it a 10 out of 10. I really have nothing negative to say about Call of Duty Black Ops, the campaign. Oh, the only thing I will say that is a negative is the zombie mode, which you can play offline. It sounds cool in theory, but when you play it, it actually sucks. All it is you're basically in a room, and these zombies, they come out of the wall, and you have to continuously kill the zombies and board up the walls and try to get a high score. It gets really boring, and it wears out its welcome. But other than that, there are some really awesome set pieces in this game. Jets flying overhead. Just some of the coolest missions I've ever played in a first-person shooter. I'm gushing. That's how much I enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. Really, I really did. And so shortly after beating that game, the next night, I put on Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for the PS3. And you jump right back into it. And it's fantastic as well. I haven't gotten too far into it. I played a couple of missions, a couple of chapters, and then I had to put it down, and I haven't played it in about a week. So I'm itching to get into this. And then after I beat this, I have a couple of other Call of Duty games for the PS3 as well that I'm going to get into. I have Call of Duty Black Ops for the Nintendo Wii, believe it or not. But now that I have it for the PS3 and I've seen how it looks on the Wii, I'm probably going to get rid of the Wii version. I have no reason to play that. It's not even the same game. Like, have you seen what the Wii version looks like? I am not playing it like that, so I will probably get rid of that. But yeah, all that being said, I just wanted to briefly, I know I'm all over the map here, I wanted to briefly give you my final thoughts on Call of Duty Black Ops. And now I understand. Now I understand why you guys love this game so much. And now I understand why you guys are saying we don't really need a Call of Duty Vietnam, because 75% of Black Ops takes place in Vietnam. I just wish I would have played the games in order, because when you haven't played any of these games and you jump headfirst into Black Ops Cold War, you've missed a chunk of the story regarding Alex Mason's backstory. But yeah, I'm happy to have finally went back and played Black Ops, and I'm enjoying, like I said, I am enjoying Black Ops 2. The other Black Ops games, I'm not quite sure if I will get into them. I'm not too crazy on first-person shooters that take place in the future or the modern era, and I think a lot of this does as well. So this might be as far as I go with Call of Duty Black Ops, but yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, and I think a lot of the reason why, the general consensus, most of you guys love Black Ops, the original Black Ops, is because it does take place in the 60s, right? There's a certain appeal to that you don't get from the first-person shooters that take place in the future. And that's why I enjoyed Cold War as well. It takes place in the 80s, and I really enjoyed that, absolutely. So those are just some brief, final, off-the-cuff thoughts of Call of Duty Black Ops. Again, I couldn't believe it that Ed Harris is in it. Really good actor. And yeah, nothing but good things to say about Black Ops. If I ever come across Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Steelbook, maybe I'll pick that up. Call of Duty Ghosts is one that's sort of middle of the road. Some people like it, some people don't. I've always been curious about that one as well. So let me know in the comments below if Call of Duty Ghosts is any good. Do you think they should remake Call of Duty Black Ops? Do you think they could remake Black Ops? Let me know in the comments. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.